I think you're foolish to try it, Sundown. Now, be careful.
Well, Sundown, what's your bet?
I'm betting my roll, Louis. 250 Samoans.
Sure you want to bet all of this, Sundown?
Yep. Whole hog or none, Louis. And the tail goes with the hide.
All right. Well, boys, I guess we're about ready. Now, let's have this thing thoroughly understood. I'll fire the gun to start the race, and you boys will follow the horseshoe road around back here to the finish. And the first one across the line gets the gravy. Understand? All right, back up, boys. Give them some room there. Now then, get ready. Still coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm $1 short, fella. You boys have broke me.
Never mind the dollar. When you get it, have a couple of good drinks on me.
Thanks. Reckon I'll be needing them.
Hey, boys, we bet a vamoose. Here comes old Sourface. Yeah, got set down now, boys. Come on, set down. Look who's coming. Wait, huh? What do you think I'm running? A ranch or a racetrack? I pay you men to work, not play.
We understand that, Mr. Manning. But a little fun now and then doesn't hurt anyone.
And you'll take your fun on your time off.
We haven't had any time off for months. I didn't think you'd object to an hour.
I do object. As foreman of this ranch, you will carry out my orders, or I'll find someone who will.
Then you better start finding them. I quit.
You're fired.
You're too late, Manning. I've got 3 months' pay coming, and I'd like to collect right now.
I can't pay you quick enough. Now get off my ranch. It'll be a pleasure. You can pay me off, too. If there's anybody else who don't like the way I run this ranch, let him step up.
Oh, I ain't blaming you. You did the best you could. We can't win every day.
Well, Lewis, I guess this just isn't your lucky day.
The boys broke me, Sundown. I can't pay you. I guess you'll have to take my horse.
I wouldn't have any use for him, Lewis.
I reckon not. Wait a minute. Here's something I might offer you. I won it the other day.
What is it?
It's a deed for 640 acres in the Panamint district. I don't know anything about it. The fellow I won it from said there's fine soil and it's got a house and barn on it. It ought to be worth a lot more than I owe you.
Are you sure it's clear?
All but a few years back taxes.
It's a gamble, Lewis, but I'll take it.
I haven't recorded it as yet. I'll transfer it to you.
Fair enough.
What's your full name?
Jim Sundown Saunders.
Well, that squares us, Sundown.
Thanks, Lewis, and good luck to you.
Hey, you mind if I trail along with you?
Be glad to have you, Smoky. Get your horse.
All right.
Well, fellas, here's where we split. Maybe I'll see you again sometime. Hey, Sundown, we sure hate to see you leaving. Hey, Jake, I'll be staying in town for a couple of days. I wish you'd drop my stuff off the livery stable on your first trip in. Sure, I'd be glad to. Thanks. Well, so long, boys. Take care of yourself.
How much longer is it going to take us to get to this ranch, Taggart?
At the rate you've been moving these sheep, I should say 2 or 3 days altogether.
Is there any water on the ranch?
The finest grazing lands in the country.
Now, it's understood, Taggart, that if we don't like this place, you're not to get any money.
I wouldn't expect any. But I'm sure you'll both be satisfied.
I'll start the band of moving, Dad.
That's a good idea, Beth. Don't rush them.
Well, I reckon I'll take a run over to Sand City, Preston. I'll see you in the morning.
All right, Taggart. We won't be many miles beyond here.
Smoky! Look!
Hurry up, Smokey. Get that foot loose.
You've had quite a ride, miss.
I don't know much about it. My stirrup broke and I started to fall, and that's all I remember.
Well, when we first saw you, miss, you were hung up and your horse was running away. Sundown had a hard race to catch you.
I certainly thank you for what you've done. I'd have probably been killed.
I'm glad we happened along, miss. Miss,
Preston's my name.
my name is Saunders.
How do you do, Mr. Saunders? I'm very glad to know you. Dad and I are just taking a band of sheep down to our homestead. He's just a short way from here. Won't you come over and meet him?
I'd be glad to. How do you feel? Think you can make the ride?
Oh, I'm all right. Just shaken up a bit.
Take a look at that stirrup, will you, Smoky?
Sure.
Dad, I want you to meet Mr. Saunders.
Howdy, Saunders.
Glad to know you, Mr. Preston. This is my friend, Smoky.
Howdy, Smoky.
Howdy.
If it hadn't been for Mr. Saunders, I'd have probably been killed.
Yeah? What happened?
Well, my stirrup broke and Brownie ran away dragging me. Mr. Saunders happened along and caught him.
Well, I certainly do thank you, young man.
I'm glad I happened to be there, Mr. Preston. I understand you're taking up a homestead.
Well, we haven't exactly decided yet. But if the place is what we think it is, I reckon we'll take it over.
You haven't seen it yet, eh?
No. A government locator found it for us. It's down in the Panama district.
Well, I own 640 acres down there myself. Maybe we'll be neighbors.
I sure hope so.
We're certainly anxious to get there. So slow trying to handle these sheep by ourselves. See, Dad hasn't been able to get a herder.
Well, if you're short of hands, Mr. Preston, Smoky's looking for a job. And he's one of the best sheepmen in the country.
Well, if you stick with me until we get to the Panamint country, I'll make it well worth your while. Because when I sell them sheep, I'm going in for cattle.
Cattle? Well, that's different.
I'll pick you up in a few days, Smoky.
All right, Sundown.
I'll see you folks later then.
I hope so.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello, Sheriff. Why, hello there, Tiger. Where you been for the last couple of years? Oh, just drifting around the country. Yeah?
I want a couple of beers.
Well, have a drink? Don't care if I do. Get 'em up, bartender. Hey, Mel. You seen anything thick around these parts lately? No, I haven't. Haven't seen it for about 3 months.
Hello, Jay.
Hello, Tag. How are you?
Swell.
Where you been hiding out? Across the border. Where'd you go? Nevada. Where?
All right, boys, we're on.
What's on your mind? The gang's drifting in here in about a week. But if I saw you to tell you. Yeah? What's up? I don't know. Bert's got something up his sleeve. What are you doing? I got a sucker. Locating him on a deserted ranch down near the Panamint.
He thinks I'm with the government. I get $1,000 for locating him. He's got a wad on him that'd choke a horse.
What'll it be, gent? What do you drink, Tag?
Bourbon.
Same here.
Right.
Keep the change.
Thanks. Where'd you get the roll, Mace?
Well, I picked it up across the border.
All right. Well, hello there, Sundown.
How's old Sour-Faced Manning? I'd sure like to take a poke at him. You're not the only one. Hey, hold on, fella. All right, Paul. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you're just too late.
Hey, look. Let him go, Sheriff. We started this, and I'm going to finish it. You couldn't. Come on, let him go, Jack. I'll finish this sometime. It might as well be now. Come on, let's get at it. They can't get away with that here. Down there, get it. I'll settle with him the next time we meet. All right, well, come on, boys. Let's get back into the game. I can't make any money this way.
Got a room, barkeep?
Yeah.
First door upstairs, right.
Staying in town for a while?
No, just long enough to get a few hours sleep. See.
Me too.
What time's it getting to be, Kirk?
Well, I don't know. I reckon it's about sundown.
Sundown, eh? Give me a sack, Mike. This is my lucky hour.
All right. Your money as good as anybody else's. All right, boys, place your bet. All right, place your bet, gentlemen. Well, all ready? All right, gentlemen, here we go. 9. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Now, there's your lucky hour. That's right, Bert. Yeah, I'm all right. That's it. All right. You keep that up, now it won't make much money, Sundown. All right, place your bet. All right, boys. Middle forward. No money. Oh,
You won again.
Well. You just about broke the bank, Sundown.
I reckon I'll cash in, Mike. Now's a good time to quit.
Well, of course, that's your privilege. How much you got there?
That'll make about 1,900 even.
Hell, why don't you try to make it 2,000 with your luck?
I've had enough.
All right. No, give us that, fella. Well, there you are, Sundown. $1,900 even.
What are you going to do with all that dough?
It's going to help stock my new ranch.
Well,
Come on, boys. The drinks are on me.
Yeah. All right, Jake.
Well, so long, boys. Good morning.
All right, hombre. Here's where we fight it out.
Fair enough.
I aim to make this a finish fight. No gunplay.
Suits me, fella. Can you make it back to town, fella?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd make it. We sure got a wallop, hombre. But I reckon I had it coming to me.
You're sure you're all right, then?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You know, Dad, I don't like this man Taggart.
Oh, he's all right, Beth. That's just his way. Besides, we won't be bothered with him much longer.
I wonder what the house looks like.
I don't care. So long as there's good grazing land. We can build our home to suit ourselves.
I can hardly wait.
Here's your key and your money, Jake. Well, I guess now that I've had my shut-eye, I'll be on my way.
I'll be seeing you again, Daggett.
We just found a man by the name of Mace, lying in the road about a half a mile from town. He mumbled something about having a fight with a fellow named Sundown. He was shot in the back.
What?
We didn't bring him in, Sheriff, figuring you might want to look for clues.
Sundown said he'd get him.
I've known Sundown for a long time, and it's hard to believe that he'd shoot anyone in the back.
You're right, Sheriff. He's not that kind of a fellow, Sheriff. You're right, Sheriff. He's not that kind of a fellow.
Well, I reckon it's my duty to bring him in. I'll get circulars out right away. Although I hate to do it. I'll need some help, boys, to bring Mace in.
I'll go along with you, Sheriff. I'll give you a little.
I'm afraid he'll never regain consciousness, Sheriff.
I'd sure like to find Sundown and get to the bottom of this.
He's probably left the county, Sheriff.
I'll get circulars out immediately. We'll pick him up sooner or later.
I'm sure you'll be able to make the house quite comfortable. The barns and the rest of the buildings are also in good condition.
I think it's going to be all right, Taggart. After lunch, we'll have a look at the surrounding country. And if it's okay, why, you can make out the papers. What do you think of it, Beth?
I think it's swell, Dad. But how does it happen that this hasn't been taken up before?
Well, miss, there's just two reasons. First, most people like to be nearer a town. Second, the average homesteader hasn't got the money to pay for locating. Why, this house and buildings are worth a lot of money. You see, I've been saving this one for someone that could afford to pay for it. Why, to get a house, barns, and buildings like this already on the property is certainly worth $1,000. I'm quite sure you'll be satisfied with the place and be able to make a fine ranch out of it.
I'm going to have a look inside, Dad.
Come on, Preston, I'll show you the barn.
Sorry, Saunders, to have kept you waiting these 2 days, but here you are, a clear deed to your property.
Now, this is the old Winton Ranch, is that right?
Yes, he was the first one to homestead it.
And this includes all rights.
Yes, mineral rights, water rights, oil rights, everything on the place belongs to you.
That's fine. I wonder which is the shortest way to the ranch, through Sand City or across country?
Cross country, I think.
Thanks. So long.
So long.
Come in.
You sent for me, Doc?
Mace has just regained consciousness. He wants to talk to you.
Doc says I can't live, Sheriff. Do you know who shot me?
Well, suspicion points to Sundown.
It couldn't have been him. I followed him out of town. We fought it out. He whipped me in a fair fight. He even offered to bring me back into town. I watched him ride away, and I started to get up. Someone shot me from behind. That's all I remember.
That clears Sundown. Did you have any enemies?
Not here. But I did have a roll of bills on me.
Did anybody know about this?
One of the barkeeps down at the saloon and Taggart.
It couldn't have been Taggart. He was in his room when it all happened, and the barkeeper didn't even leave the place. But someone got your roll. Your pockets were empty when we brought you in.
I know that. I discovered it was gone just before the boys found me.
I'm sure sorry about those posters I sent out for Sundown. Now it's more a mystery than ever.
You'll just sign this, Mr. Preston. I'll send these papers immediately to Washington. That's all there is to it.
That's fine, Taggart. And here's your $1,000.
Well, guess I'll be on my way. I'll drop around in a few days and see how everything is getting along.
You're welcome to drop around anytime, Taggart. Much obliged to you.
Much obliged to you. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I think I'll have a ride around the place, Beth, and see how Smokey's getting along with the sheep.
I'll straighten things up a bit and get dinner.
All right, honey.
Howdy. Hello there.
Well, Miss Preston, this certainly is a surprise finding you here.
Oh, we've been expecting you. Smokey said you'd be here any day now. Won't you come in? This is our new home.
Your new home? You mean this is your ranch?
Well, not just yet. You see, we're just homesteading. But the papers have all been made out, and they're on their way to Washington.
Oh, I see.
We aren't settled yet. You see, we just got here.
Oh, I think you'll be real comfortable.
Won't you sit down?
Who had this place before you took it over?
Why, Taggart, the man who located us here, called it the old Winton Ranch.
Taggart. Who is he?
He's a locator in the government service. You must have passed him coming in as he just left a short while ago.
Oh, yes, I did pass a man down the road a ways.